April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, Courtroom No. 2.
I believe they're making us sit here through lunch.
I thought Hemorrhoids gotta go.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
I guess you'll take her. What's with the stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit you radiant a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you state your full name and get those bugs out of here?
I am... Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
How old are these men? 49. Judge is a mystery age. Awesome.
He's not evidence.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation?
Name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior at literature at Ivy University. I just want to say it's an honor to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to their yard.
Sir?
Shut up.
Or if you didn't shake my milk.
Shut up.
Or whatever that thing is on your head.
It's my reproductive organs. Is there something I can help you with?
You could just go on and say with whatever's on your mind. Sure, there must be some kind of mistake. Beanie wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes, I can see why you say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. What I witnessed? I'd been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. And suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say! According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
I believe her.
That makes a lot of sense.
Objection! You young lady. As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn.
Go back, hold on, what? Stop. Winston, you need
Does
to be
Winston
stopped.
fuck? Does he have a
Winston
wife?
has 9 kids with different women.
Oh my god.
Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth.
But I would never.
Hold it. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey.
Oh, what's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madame Fey.
Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie.
what I witnessed. I've been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over.
Oh, yeah?
Hold it. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. Oh, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do when a man reaches that age. Sleep with his best friend.
With?
In his...
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like midlife smut.
Do we ever figure out what a lewd is? For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I went to enter the courthouse, I always walked through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building.
Okay. Yeah, let's press this bad boy, I think. What do you think? Should I press the left bumper on this?
Yeah,
Okay.
you should. Bump it.
So who is this Dougie person? Did you teach him
Teach me
anything?
about this Dougie.
Yeah.
Teach me about this Dougie. Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So, what were you and Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. Wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Faye.
Don't drag the witness down to your level, you scumbag!
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Okay.
And suddenly, Dougie just got all wobbly and just collapsed.
Weebles, wob...
But
I can
Dougie
make-
swallows.
Yeah, Dougie. Shut up.
And Dougie wolfs it down.
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie.
I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now?
She's literally lying. I don't know.
She would never.
Like, broken... yeah, I mean...
Wait,
Fuck
Chuck.
you.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never.
Objection! Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger the witness. I
you're
believe
leaving.
the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
Hold it. The fuck?
You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
Hold it.
Oh, it was one.
Hold it. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation.
Oh, give me a break.
That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that. Mr. Judge.
What the fuck?
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
Hold up. So, we got these two? That's the moment, and then... Does that contradict anything? Oh, let's actually read this.
Order in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident at the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. There no
bottle.
Page 2? Oh yeah, can we look at the bottle?
No, this ain't on the DS yet. Loud sound.
Oh yeah, well, first off, you didn't hear anything unusual
Yeah,
either.
wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, wait, yeah. No, it's literally it. Yeah, duh.
Objection! You say you didn't hear anything unusual? Is that correct?
Yes. That's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Objection! Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
Objection. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Ah!
I won't remember the noise for the rest of my life.
I've Snapple. May I have a moment to answer? By all means, yes! I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. See, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that you were wearing AirPods in both of your ears?
Well, she can't hear. I had AirPods in. The rain was just beginning to let up. It seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid the sound of thunder. I put my headphones on to block it out. Boing, boing,
Well, Your Honor,
boing.
as you can clearly see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
hold up, wait.
Yeah, wait, you're the lawyer. You're cooking this
Hold
time.
up.
I'm done cooking.
I'm cooking. Hear me out. Doug
Okay.
was hit by fucking lightning. Like,
But what broke? What, the broken wires?
I don't fucking know. The lightning, maybe? Okay, look. All I'm saying is, that first one doesn't mean anything. That second one also
She
doesn't
could be
mean
lying.
anything. Yeah, I mean, she could be lying, but is that case changing? I don't know.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, she could be lying.
Look,
you know.
hear me out.
Okay, I'm hearing you out. You're the
So,
lawyer, but you're in charge of this wrong.
unrelatedly, the lightning hit Doug, and the Union Jack on Doug's jacket blew off and cut the cable in half, or something.
Okay, never mind. I'm sold. Send it.
All right.
Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
Oh, what do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes. What about Mr. Speed himself?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
I guess. I don't know.
I must admit, the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway?
In his head.
This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense.
maybe.
Zeus hates that guy.
Yeah.
Zeus is a known
and
hater
Thor.
of drugs. It appears the defense may be cooking. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be
Wait, she
taking that
did it?
not guilty now if you don't.
Objection!
Boing, boing, boing.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fey.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The
Boing.
prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that
Boing.
there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit,
And who is this affidavit from?
the pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day, allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying that the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable.
Oh, wow, I can't believe
okay,
that
never mind.
lawyer lady's stupid.
According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the
College
cables...
negligence leads to the death of another student.
Indeed, Your Honor. Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
That seems horrible. Who planned this out?
Death by gross
This
negligence, Your
testimony added
Honor.
to the court record. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you can say that.
Miss Fey, do you have any thoughts? Like a
yes?
doll in there. Regarding the cause of the severed cable.
Your Honor. I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Attorney's badge.
Who or what? Okay, so let's look at our evidence.
Could be the umbrella.
Could be the umbrella, but I thought he fell on top of it.
I mean, he did fall on top of the umbrella, you know.
Yeah.
He threw Cold Killer X at it.
There we go.
Present Phoenix right. He did it.
Oh. What? wait. I thought it would have been Doug Swallow. What? Are we about a bad end on case one?
I let you be a lawyer for one case? One case! This is the third game, Indy. You're telling me we're going to lose for the first time because you chose Phoenix Wright?
Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
Ah, the defendant's testimony!
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in with Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
What?
I can't believe that this is
Yes,
happening.
the prosecution also came to the same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
Boing.
Objection! I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What?
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Oh!
That makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted?
Oh.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into that far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here.
You know,
Jeez, he got electrocuted. Did you see that?
yeah.
He was reenacting it for us.
Someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
I'm not sure I followed this lady, but I believe her, I
the
guess.
lightning bolt?
Order in the court!
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
That's like a villain line. That's like what like the demon lord says when like the hero starts
Demon
crying.
Lord. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have... Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things there that are a little different than I remember them. What?
What?
What the?
I trust this lady implicitly.
Yeah, for sure.
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Of course it's all right. Yes.
Thank God the judge has
do it.
that bench in front of him.
He is bricked up. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors.
I witnessed part 2. Truth is, Feeney pushed him twice.
What?
First time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. And Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. Cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
So Phoenix comboed him?
Also, he tackled him into the electrical cable, but Dougie died.
Yeah, destroying the hitboxes.
So, Phoenix Wright is his owner. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
So sorry, Feeney, but I have to tell the truth. And I'm doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Hey, witness part 2.
Oh, let's just press these.
With this, Feeney pushed him twice.
Hold it. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
No, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
Not basically, holistically and upfront. I was a bad girl. I know.
Shit, that's what Doug
Mr.
said.
Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course you won't. What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, all right? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ho, ho, ho. I'm Santa.
The judge has better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl.
Okay.
The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke.
Hold it. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
No, he doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh, really?
But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney is really scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a freaking scumbag. You should leave him. And be single.
Oh my God.
And Dougie tried his best to run away from him.
Hold it. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold?
Objection! Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was scared. So scared I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both and that they would both each, give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
This is a psychopath.
Feeny caught up and pushed and crashed into him from behind.
Hold it. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Oh, well, no, there weren't.
Madame Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully?
Hmm?
I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait.
No,
That's
evidence
press it,
time,
sorry.
baby.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
I don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia.
Okay, you had something?
Yep, all the way to the end.
Pop it, let's
What
in
you
a minute.
seeing, Mr. Lawyer?
This.
Keep going too. Also,
Okay.
further corroborating evidence. What does that affidavit say?
This
The
one?
affidavit. The
Oh.
affidavit.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
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 I'd probably present a photo of the watch.
Let's do that. Okay.
Objection! That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine, that's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes! And your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the
Boing,
student's testimony,
boing.
the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m.
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
His last name is Swallow! It's so funny!
Oh, wow, what a fucking idiot. Super last name.
Order in the
Objection!
court! What
This is
about...
nonsense. The real murderer.
Objection. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Objection! Then who is it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye! Is the defense ready to indict somebody as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready.
Very well. But, remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is this real killer? Cold Killer
Well,
X.
who do we think it could be?
Marvin Grossberg!
It could be
Phoenix Wright.
T-Boy.
No. Yeah, I'm Doug Swallow.
I'm Doug Swallow, eh?
but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
his British impression.
Yeah.
See, I don't
Yeah.
think that he knows what British people sound like. His name's Doug Swallow.
His name is Doug. How many British
Yeah.
Dougs do you know?
Not too many. Well, do you think it's any of the other people?
I mean, I wouldn't trust Winston, Payne around schools, but I think it's probably Dahlia.
Take that! It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But how? How can you?
Objection! The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the cable broke in the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop that man dearest to you.
Wow, it does kind of make her sound like a scumbag, but.
She sounds pretty weak.
Order, Miss Faye. What? I mean, why?
Miss
what-
Hawthorne,
it's just-
I believe that you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your own hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything. Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge. Whoa, Your Honor. Please, I have something I want to say. You! What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record.
What the? Are you daft?
You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Yeah, he's right.
Wow,
He's right.
how is this guy standing in the exact place he was just standing? Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
It's a good screenshot. It's a good line.
Get to that man.
Arg! Achoo! Leave my Dolly alone! Achoo! Ah, that boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. And some cream. Police report added to the court record.
Like half and half for, like, ointment? Thank you so
Yeah.
much. This is
I've
exactly
been
what I was
rubbing
hoping
for days. You'd better take a good look at it.
I will not.
It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Oh, well, really, Your Honor. I
interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
Objection! I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little Nina Bear. I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. I speak woman.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must.
We should probably read the police report.
Fine. Alright.
Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date time, August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando. Age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne. Age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Interesting.
8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet.
Did Grossberg say that the victim was Mia's boyfriend?
Yes.
Interesting.
Diego Armando.
Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne
Further testimony? What about?
about the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Objection! What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Objection. The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Judge only let her stay because he wants to keep looking at her.
True.
How I met my Feeny. First met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement's reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
Oh,
We're so lovey-wovey, it literally makes people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. To right. Do that again and you will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
they don't say that anymore.
Get her.
Let's press
I first
these.
met my darling Feeny 8 months ago.
Hold it! So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow?
Yes. I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Change them again, please. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have taken to calling me Judge Fickle.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. I mean, doesn't he decide whether it's correct or not?
I guess so.
That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
No one calls him that.
Like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room.
Hold it! The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
Objection! This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if it has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully.
We're pressing this shit. Fuck the judge. Fuck the
Fuck the
judgini.
judge.
Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing.
No, she was here because she was the suspect, right?
Do we just want to present something?
Yeah, hold on. Wait. Yeah, it was that day.
Yeah, suspect
She
Dolly
was a
Hawthorne.
suspect, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Send
fuck? Yeah.
Fuck you.
Objection! Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
Objection! Oh, what is the meaning of this cocky little smile on your face, Miss Fay?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
You mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
How does he remember?
He's the great Judgini.
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, this sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't think
I
so.
would believe it. I'd kill for her.
Yeah.
Order! Order! This is unbelievable. It's true, then. The loveliest rose can.
Objection! Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with... I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me, go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh?
Oh, my controller's just fucking dead. Hold on. Let me look at some batteries.
I'm looking at you, police department. Think about what you've done. You stay away from her. We'll have trouble in the rest of our cases. I'm serious. I'm the great Judgini, all-powerful and all-knowing. I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. I know if you've been bad or good. So be good, for goodness sake. Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see!
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia! Ooh! You've really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Shut up, dude.
Poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that's lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. You see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha! Mia! You're glowing with the true lawyer's aura, my dear! That proud posture and self-confidence absolutely smashing! Hemorrhoids! Poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day.
Hold it. What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was
The lawyer
killed?
that was
I'm...
killed. It's fine. Just, I wish people would stop talking over me today. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up with when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us all about what that incident was?
Objection! That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect you.
You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Feeny, please.
Those two are really making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons.
I left my seat for just a moment. That's when it happened.
Hold it. How long were you gone?
just a second. I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes?
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
What are you saying, Miss Faye? Girls don't pee. Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop.
You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time. Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. Girls don't poop. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
Winston Payne being like, actually, girls don't poop. Is very funny. Objection sustained. Mr. Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. What I heard, it was a liquid poison that's lethal at just 2 teaspoons, which is
Hold
really
it.
specific.
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, just let me see. My bottle of eye drop said it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. I know
What?
this.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. Must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Yeah? Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison.
A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. Oh? And where would something like that come from? Asking for a friend. I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. He said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it. Chemical processes? Well, that's quite... impressive. Most impressive.
The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
See, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. You wait.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm thinking this man.
It's a tough toxin to swallow.
Objection! You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim? Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that is the one sitting at his very table. You.
I could have done it. She's a little woman.
Order! Could it be?
Objection! That's nothing but a baseless
May I say something, Madame Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container, but in red font. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
They didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. He even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She got me good with that.
Every lawyer when they're asked for evidence for their claims. God damn it! Provide some evidence, or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead!
The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and of the
Like
entire
I lost
courthouse.
my peace of mind to my hemorrhoid!
Please stop, sir.
It hurts!
And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
But if you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container of poison carried in? What happened to it? I think we know. It's in the Cold Killer X.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's there, or it's in the small bottle necklace given to Phoenix on the day.
Everyone.
Or it's yeah. Wait.
I
Take
do like
that.
one. She keeps asking me to give it back, but I don't.
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
Objection! So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present.
What? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So, what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
Man, I'd poison myself for her.
Order in the court. On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her?
Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Jesus.
Oh, well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too.
Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is...
That necklace,
She's
dude.
madly in love with you.
It's gotta be that.
Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck.
My necklace?
Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself.
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. She just keeps coming back, like my hemorrhoids.
You didn't need to do that as part of the flashback, me. Anyway, for Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back.
You're lying.
But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she...
I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Wah! Yeah, are you alright? The defendant is getting away. Bailiff, hurry after him. Hemorrhoids. Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where...
Insane in the membrane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no!
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in the blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr.
Your
Wright,
death is next.
what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me, I'm sorry.
It's okay, just give back the necklace.
I hate it.
You what?
You ate it? It's too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first.
What the fuck?
But yeah. Ah.
What the?
What is he doing now?
Hold it. Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
Objection!
Boing, boing, boing.
Seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's
Boing.
case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
Objection. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost potency.
There. It's alright, rookie.
Boing,
Trusting
boing.
your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do.
boing,
And it's
boing,
heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright.
boing.
But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can say that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation for the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Mr. Wright!
I'm sorry, Miss Fay. I totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day? The day I met Doug Swallow?
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Why are you so British? And it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake, I'm dropping it. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
No, go back. You're lying!
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab.
What the heck? Poison?
The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to that lab at that time, too. Could only have been her. That girl is a thief.
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Shove.
Oh,
Oh,
That was like frame 3.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
Is it true? Did he really say that?
that's ridiculous.
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Objection. Your Honor, the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent.
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? You put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, and there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne
stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone.
Miss Faye. You're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore...
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
It could have been a little...
Okay. Oh, hold on. You ready for this? No, you're the lawyer. What do you think happened?
Alright. Hear me out. So,
Cook?
for 8 fucking months,
Yep.
this evidence that linked her to the murder has been being
Yes.
flaunted by this man as a sign of her love. Right?
Yes, chef.
So, after 8 months of this shit, she was like, I gotta wrap it up. So she's thinking, I'm gonna kill Phoenix with the poison.
But I mean, he's not just gonna drink something that she gives him, right?
Right. And what was stolen? The Cold Killer X.
Whoa, hold on. The one with his fingerprints on it?
Yeah. His Cold Killer X.
No.
Thank you. Is that what you're gonna say?
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Such a good protege.
I really thought on that one.
Take that! There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Objection! That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Cold killing him. X.
X.
Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace, that's all she cared about.
What? Even so? Why? Why would she go as far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
It's a good gift. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
It can't be true! That guy's kind of an idiot.
That's stupid.
Annie, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne!
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial.
Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack.
Well,
Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne! What happened to you? I loved you! Are you really that shocked? You prefer me this way, Mr. Judge. Yeah! With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind. But we're not finished! Fine. Ask this nasty old man. Had to finish up already.
Did she just call me an old man? Hold it!
I wasn't looking
I
at
can't
the
let her get away
screen.
this time.
Stop! Mia! If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer!
Death? The ultimate price?
You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No, how can I present that to everyone I meet?
You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray?
Oh!
That's why I love you. Well, Miss Faye? Can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But I have to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly...
Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
You are unable to establish her guilt. Then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will be immediately handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
He was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence.
What a liar. We have like 4 evidences to present here.
Show this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Take that! Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine?
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony.
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us.
She was the only one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Objection! Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After showing the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime, or shoving the victim. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she can carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe that she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow.
Well, come now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
Objection. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory's yours.
For the time being?
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay?
Oh, why? Yes?
I go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
Whew. It's finally all over.
Objection! I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. That wit's in pain. And I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
Oh, what?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said.
There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure that she couldn't possibly have put any poison in here, right?
You see, yes,
Objection! And here comes the backpedal. Come now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life?
You're all now gathered here for the death
my
of
hair, it's
Winston
flying
Payne.
off, my beautiful hair, no! Oh.
Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
I, the great Judgini. Well, hold on. By the way, Miss Fey,
Yes, Your Honor.
was it just me, or did you and Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne,
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my daughter.
here's Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly! Very well, then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Woo! Court committee! I love the court committee! It's the only reason I come here as a member of the public! This court is adjourned.
April 11, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, No. 3.
Mia! You were wonderful in there!
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During hearing the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you can stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Anyway, this case merely made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps if it were, we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations.
Thanks. I was thinking.
Go on.
Dolly I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the Dolly I know could have never said those kind of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up.
Ugh. What kind of company does this guy keep?
Larry Butts, I
I'm
guess.
Larry Butts.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department.
Yeah, I am. There's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time.
I see.
Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. Oh, I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. In 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned. Managed to save my friend.
Well, like, kind of.
But Mia passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. Memories I thought that I would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. I'm gonna haunt you forever.
5 long years. Something has happened to me. It's made me think back to her words of wisdom. That's a story for another day.
Woo!
Episode 1. Turnabout Memories. The end.
My hemorrhoids are flaring, and if I sit any longer in this chair, I'll have to cut off my buttocks. You don't want me without my buttocks. Are you not alive anymore? I can't tell.
We still are.
2 p.m. on Sundays. Where else should you be?